Hi, I'm Jane Esselstyn.
I'm Ann Esselstyn.
And what you see here, this is a demo we just did with the Esselstyn Foundation partnering with Case University here in Cleveland, Ohio. I wanted to show you guys this video of what we just did because I want to show you what your support pays for, what it goes towards, how your support makes this information available to anybody with whom we partner. So,
and right now, Jane, we get to eat all of this.
We do,
Woo-hoo!
we do. So we want to show you what your support goes towards, and here it is. It's delicious, delicious options, overflowing options. So thank you for your support of the Esselstyn Foundation.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jane Esselstyn.
I'm Ann Esselstyn.
And we're so excited here with part 3 of our partnership here with Case University. It's so hard not to say Case Western Reserve University. But we are here with the Esselstyn Foundation, and we are a nonprofit, as you guys just heard, and our mission is to educate about the power of whole food, plant-based nutrition to prevent and reverse lifestyle-related diseases. And what a wonderful time to bring that food to your friends and family and neighbors and loved ones, but at the holidays. So we've already done a whole breakfast series with you, which, right? That was our first one.
Yep.
We did all these breakfasts, and then we did a whole series about lunch, the unwanted stepchild of the day, of the meals of the day. And now it's holiday options, and these are holiday options that we would bring with confidence and enthusiasm, burnt, raw, tasting how they do, because we love this food, and you will too. Just give it a go. And do you want to say anything about our holiday options before we get started?
No, except that we're so excited because we get to eat them.
I know.
Wish we could share them with you.
And these are kind of not finger foods, that's such a weird term, but like these are kind of like things you can kind of grab and go-ish. And so our guidelines for how we eat, for anyone who's joining today and you haven't been here for the last couple of years that we've been working with Dr. Elizabeth Click or with Case, our guidelines are pretty clear, and they could just be one little simple handout. We eat no meat, no dairy, we don't add oil to our foods or buy foods with oil in them, and we add a minimum amount of salt and a minimum amount of sweet. And salt usually comes in the form of tamari, and our sweet we usually use is a maple syrup, or we use dates, or we use occasionally date syrup, but I don't really use it that much. I'm not that familiar with it. So sweetening things and salting things a little bit make you able to eat more of them. So we're going to start with something called Lucky Nuts, which sounds kind of sketchy.
Oh, so good.
So good. And Lucky Nuts are just what they kind of sound like. There's just a bunch of nuts, and we're lucky if you get to eat them. I say this because I made a great friend when I went to a party, and the person who's hosting had this on the table. I was like, what is this? This is the only thing I can eat, and I love it. She said, oh, so-and-so made it. And I ended up becoming very good friends with that person. And it's just 2 cups of nuts. And so the 2 cups of nuts we're going to use, these are, hopefully you can tell, these are just raw, unsalted.
It doesn't look like quite a cup.
No, we're having 2 cups of nuts.
Oh.
So the first nut we're using is that. And then we're going to use some, so those are pecans. And then these,
my favorite.
And these are raw, unsalted, whatever cooked cashews. And we're going to use some pumpkin seeds. Oh, can you get, my lid is off to the races. Pumpkin seeds. And I have some pistachios. I had to hide them from my husband. And I'm going to put a couple pistachios in there. And then the last thing I'm going to add is some walnuts.
Oh.
So we're going to have 2 cups of nuts, so whatever kind of nuts you want to put in. What are some other nuts you might want to think about using? And what would be another nut? I don't know if, Elizabeth, I don't know if we can hear you or if we can see in the chat, but is there another kind of nut anyone would want to use?
I can't think of another nut. Well, Brazil nuts, but they're too big.
They're yeah, those are massive. And so you take these 2 cups of nuts, whatever you use, and look at that great variety. It's like a striation of Mother Earth, soon to be part of you. So the ingredients that make them Lucky Nuts are, we're going to mix them all here in this little bowl and then pour them on top. We use a tablespoon of maple syrup. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but this tablespoon of maple syrup is what gives this. We're going to cook these for a few minutes at a low temperature, and this kind of gives them a little glaze and holds this flavor on top. And the flavor we're going to put in. Anne, can you get your measuring spoon, and can you? I'm going to read off what you need, and we're going to start with half a teaspoon of curry powder. If you don't love curry, here's the curry. If you don't love curry, don't use it, and you don't need to replace it. It's just.
You know what? The thing is, if you think you don't love something, keep doing it and you'll love it. I did it.
Half a teaspoon. Thank you. That was massive. Half a teaspoon. I like it. And the next thing we're going to do is going to 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne. Cayenne's this one.
Oh, yeah, I see.
So half of that quarter. Is there an 1/8 on that one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know I had an 1/8 of a teaspoon. I'm so proud of. Oh, that's your set. And then we're going to do about a quarter teaspoon of smoked paprika.
Oh.
Smoked paprika. It's like my new crush, kind of. I'd say. Love it, love it, love it. How it gives things this sort of hickory umami. And then we're going to do a quarter teaspoon of turmeric. Turmeric is your best pal.
Put a little extra in.
And turmeric is great because it's anti-inflammatory. Now we're doing a half teaspoon of crushed rosemary. And if you want to do not live, what's it called? Fresh rosemary, go for it. And there you go. So I'm going to stir it all up. I have a little wee spoon. I have a little, my mom gave this to me for a holiday. It's my little witchy spoon. Stir it all together. I don't know, wait, can you see that sort of top shotty? Make it into a mixture. So all the powders get, I do feel very witchy right now. You get all the powders mixed in and the flavors, and then you pour it on the nuts, and then you're going to toss it on the nuts, and it makes this beautiful. I will use my hand sometimes because I want to be able to get it all mixed in, but I'm not going to do that now because we've got friends here today who can taste this. Actually, you know what I'm going to do with my rubber spatula is get all that. This is like the flavor packet of, something to make. I can throw that in the bottom.
How much maple syrup again?
I put that was a tablespoon. And Elizabeth, thanks for chiming in. What I often do with this is I double and triple this because I take it to this party and I have it at our home here and I drop some off with this friend.
It's such a treat to take it to a party.
It's because it's got a little bit of, it's very holiday, like that seasoning and the flavoring, and then a little bit of the savory. It's really cool. Okay, so then this is a parchment lined pan. Just put it on here, spread it all out. I love making I get my biggest pan sometimes and just spread it all out and there you go. Okay, so this is what is so delicious, and this goes in the oven at 325 for about, I forgot to write down the time. I'm going to say 15 to 18 minutes. And keep an eye on it. 325 is a nice temperature because you're probably not going to burn it, but it's going to make everything just get a little bit crispy. Actually, when you do your recipe, I'm going to look and see how long I cook it. So in the oven it goes at 325. And Anne, will you show them the final product?
Oh, the final product. A miracle it got done so quickly.
Yeah, okay, and then watch this. Cover your ears. Oh. Yeah, that's how I like to do it because it does it organically. And sorry, Wade, that probably blew his ears, our sound guy. So I'm going
to tell you if it's good.
I'm going to have Wade and our friend visiting. Can you guys come take a bite and tell us? We need some comments because, our party goers are here.
Oh, I'm taking
what do you think?
Big piece.
What do you think? Here, Lori, what do you think?
Lori.
Take a big.
Amazing.
It's great.
Oh my God.
Does that have a good flavor?
It's like Chex Mix when you were a kid.
She compared it to Chex Mix as a kid. I don't know if that. I think it's a positive association, so it's a good thing. but it's a healthier version thereof. So Lucky Nuts. Lucky Nuts are a great way to start.
So delicious.
You throw that in with a little, my witchy spoon and with the other thing I just cleaned. So the next thing I want to get going in the oven, because it's on, is I want to go with our next recipe, which is sweet and savory Brussels sprouts. And I know it doesn't sound like it'll be tempting, but this actually is a really delicious dish. And we take, what do you, is that fine? Just fine. It's fine. You have about 20 or so Brussels sprouts and cut them in half. And then you're going to add, again, like we did just with our Lucky Nuts, we're just going to add some flavoring, some seasonings. And here are my seasonings. Here, dun, dun, dun. Here's some Lucky Nuts. Okay. And we're going to put them on this beautiful pan. So what we're going to add first is, again, we don't use oil, but maple syrup makes a wonderful binder for the flavor. So we're going to put 3 tablespoons of maple syrup on these. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then in here with all this stuff that we're going to mix together, I'm going to add in some tamari. So this is sweet and savory. So that was the sweet. Here comes the savory. Savory with 2 tablespoons of tamari, or the tamari is a low sodium soy sauce. And that's why we choose it. It's also, just so you know, is gluten-free, which is, I mean, who would even think that soy sauce or this salty thing would have wheat in it? But apparently some recipes do have that. Okay, Ann, do you have...
What?
She's still eating nuts.
What do you need?
Can you have your dry, I have a wet tablespoon. Can you, with your dry tablespoon, give me a teaspoon of onion flakes? Onion flakes. Onion flakes. Where'd they go? I'll find my onion flakes.
Minced onion right here.
Oh, you got it. Great. A teaspoon of minced onion. And then we're going to also put a teaspoon of black sesame seeds. This is going to be about, I like to go a little bit generous. I love the look of the black sesame seeds.
How about garlic?
And then garlic powder. We're going to go with half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Some black pepper. And what this kind of is, if you don't have all these ingredients, what this really is, this is everything but the bagel spice. And if you can get everything but the bagel without the salt, like everything but the salt, this is there right there. Then that you can use that in whatever portion looks like it's comfortable to you. Now just toss these around with all that, the salty flavor of the tamari, the sweet of the maple syrup. Make this sweet and savory. Okay, and so then we're going to put this on this pan. Can you crunch up some, and can you do the trick with the parchment paper?
The coolest thing, if you're using parchment paper,
All right.
no, if I put it down, it's all over the place. If I crunch it up, it will stay in place where I want it.
That was really loud, apparently, in the audio ear.
Oh, scrunchy, scrunchy.
This makes it behave. We like how it behaves. So then, now we've tossed all this around. On they go. On they go. And you try to get all the beautiful sesame seeds out. Spread it around, and you've got this beautiful dish. And this...
And you do cut the Brussels in half.
Yeah. Or you can't. I mean, if you have little ones, you can do that's fine. So what we do is have the oven at 400 and bake it for about 30 minutes. And here's what they look like. Okay. Oh, we're so magical. Can you see these, Wade?
Yep.
And I'm going to have you guys come and taste the Brussels sprout. Oh, I just love that. I got a good soft one.
It's even better than the nuts.
And these can have, like, if you were at a party, I know these don't look gorgeous, but with a little toothpick, with a little cha-cha, what are those little colorful things on?
Grilled.
A frilled toothpick. I have a long-time caterer here. Oh, thank you, Lori. A frilled toothpick. Perfect. They're good. They're a little bit addictive. Like you could have a lot of those because it's got the sweet and savory. It's this beautiful balance. So that is a favorite. The next thing we're going to go with here is, actually, you know what? Where are the nuts over there?
These.
No, you're talking next. You're talking next.
I have.
She's got
I can't possibly talk without another Brussels.
We'll review in a second. So the next thing we're gonna do is something that my mom has entertained us with, and so many of our friends, and I would occasionally cringe, like, oh my gosh, she's bringing out the cauliflower steaks, but they would vanish. So Mommy, take it away.
So here is a cauliflower, and
oh,
and I'm gonna cut. I want to cut flat here, but I want to get all
Want me
the
to cut
little.
it? Want me to cut it?
What?
Oh, here.
No. I just want to
I'll get the stem out of the way.
get the stem out so the little stemmy stems of the stem are gone.
The green portions. These are probably actually good to bake. But some culture, loves
Oh,
this.
yeah.
And we have a lot to learn from them.
And then right down the center, let's cut the cauliflower in half. Now, if you choose to have steaks, you then cut this side, and here's a lovely cauliflower steak. And you can keep cutting and get steak. And then
Look at that. It looks like a cross section of a brain or something, doesn't it? Can
And
we do
then
a
you
top
get
shot there?
steaklets as you go along, and it really doesn't matter because in the long run, unless you choose to serve a whole little steak as a serving, really all these little pieces are what are so delicious. Just delicious.
Now, you said the word steaklet, but we are not a carnivoric family. What is the name for a small piece of steak? Like, what is a cutlet or
Yeah, I was going to say filet.
a fillet? A medallion? Oh, these
A
are
medallion.
These are medallions. These are fillets. These are
nothing
cutlets.
to Jane. Yes.
they're hunks.
Chunks.
Filet mignon.
I cut that a little thick, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, the end we'll call the little end corner the rump roast of the cauliflower.
So, look at all this.
The whole thing.
I mean, I like every little piece. Now,
What,
where's
here's
my
your bowl?
bowl?
Oh, that's a little small, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
So into this bowl, I'm going to put half a cup of nutritional yeast and half a cup of hummus.
I should have. Oh, God. Look at
Jane,
that.
I need
Great.
some water.
How much water do you want?
2 or 3 tablespoons.
Oh.
And then I'm going to put in 3 tablespoons of a balsamic vinegar.
There's 3 tablespoons in
This
that container.
happens to be white balsamic that I love. And this is made by the Olive Tap. And the Olive Tap has got so many different varieties. It's just crazy. I mean, you can get a balsamic vinegar in any flavor you can think of, even chocolate.
Oh, and ginger, sesame. Sorry, I'm cleaning up the half cup over here. I need it a little later. There's so many amazing varieties. The Olive Tap stores, there's many around here. And if you happen to live near Medina, there's 3 tablespoons of water in that. Near the Medina store, only there you can go in and say, hey, I work with the Esselstyns. And they'll give you just a discount, which is lovely because we like to send people their way because it's such a great store and it's such a great product.
Here are 2 little tablespoons of chopped green onions. Just sticking them then in. And this
Can we
is
review what's in here again? Hummus,
parsley. I'm about to chop up a little parsley, hummus, nutritional yeast, water, balsamic vinegar,
Green onions.
green onions.
That's pretty.
Everything's in my way. Let's just have big hunks.
Fillets, medallions.
And then stir this up until it's nice and saucy.
Because this is actually what makes, this is going to go on here like a beautiful layer. And I'm going to review it again because I was.
How much water?
How much water we put? Okay, I'm
I
gonna do
put
it here.
in 2 tablespoons. I was waiting to see how
The
because
texture, you want it to be spreadable, but not too liquidy. So this is kind of like the texture of hummus. So you've got
and then
half cup of
onions,
hummus.
you do it thick.
half a cup of hummus,
All
half
over.
a cup of nutritional yeast. And since you're drying up the hummus with the nutritional yeast, you're going to add more fluid. And she added the balsamic vinegar, about 3 tablespoons, and then water, about 2 to 3 tablespoons, and green onions
You can
or
have some
cilantro
of-
and
put some
parsley.
of that on.
Is this extra?
That's extra.
Oh,
Because this
we
was
made a
special-
sample one because we're doing so many. Ta-da!
There's
Here's
so
a-
many extra big. This was a really big cauliflower.
This was really big. I like to get a big one because I like having all the little extras.
And then you just have to slather this on everywhere.
You can add a little more water to that one. It looks a little dry on the bottom, I'd say.
Where did the water go? It's
Oh.
gone.
Here. So all these little bits and pieces, you think, oh, this doesn't look important. This is kind of, I kind of fight for the little taste because this is a big commitment to take that big piece. Doesn't stop me, but it's so nice to just be able to take a few of these little bites over here. In the cutlet zone, what do you call little pieces of meat?
Jane, you're just into the meat today.
I know. I want to use the words. I'm looking for vocab.
I'm so focused on this.
I know.
I can't think of things
I'm
like
not
that.
focused on meat. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, do that. Put it in the oven and for 30 minutes.
At what temperature?
450, but watch it because we put it in the oven just a little bit ago, but we totally forgot to watch it. And so it got a little darker, but you know what? Crazily,
Let's try it. Let's try it.
it's still
Here, right over there, and let's show the difference. So this, like hummusy colored on top, bakes into something beautiful like this. And this
Little dark.
These little pieces are what I fight for.
this.
All right, let's have them try. They're so good. All right, Lori,
Everything so far is so good.
Oh, it's still done. That's great.
Isn't that?
Oh, guess what I did on that one? I put a little smoked paprika on top. Jane, will you bring that back?
Bring what? Oh, geez, Louise. That's a lot of smoked paprika. Tell you, it's our new crush.
Can you review again the temperature and the length of cooking time?
We cooked it at 450 for about how long, Ann?
Half an hour. But
And
watch it.
I think my oven is hotter than her 450, so I would have done about 25.
Just watch it at 20, 25.
Yeah, about 20 minutes. Take a look.
But it's nice to have it sort of darker rather than not.
Yeah, if you don't
Cook through.
cook it long enough, you can imagine the cauliflower that's not cooked through. It's hard. You're snapping it. This is a soft bite. It's not a crispy, cruciferous bite. Okay. Anne has a bunch of cauliflower shrapnel to deal with over here, so I'm going to take on the next one. And what we're going to do with this is called Kale bruschetta. And I think we've done Kale bruschetta in the past with Case, but I'm going to do it today because we have had some new people who are watching, and this is truly one of our favorites. And what I have here, this is it's bread from a bakery. Every bread comes from a bakery, I suppose, but this is not sandwich bread. This is, a handsome loaf. So get a handsome loaf of whatever bread you like to work with. And
This bread was from Heinen's, and it's their harvest loaf, which is really
Yeah.
delicious.
So this, I want my little brace spreader. Oh, here it is. Okay, so what I have here is this bread, and you can toast it if you want. I don't always toast it because
But
sometimes
I like it toasted.
Oh, I know. It's so nice to be toasted. You can get your little devils ready, and I mean, I'd like to, but sometimes when you toast it and then you don't get to it right away, and it gets, I don't know, kind of this weird crispy sogginess. So what we have here to spread on, this is our walnut sauce, and I'm going to talk about that while I spread it on here. It looks like some sort of the texture of hummus, but we don't use butter, we don't use mayonnaise, we don't use sour cream or cream cheese. So spreadable things like this that give moisture and flavor, like that carry a food, it's so key to have options. And walnut is one of the best nuts in our. We don't love to eat, tons and tons of nuts, except that they're lucky nuts, and
they're presenting to case.
Yes, and so this walnut sauce is great. And so what this walnut sauce is made of is 1 cup of walnuts, and then a large clove of garlic, or if you are not a big garlicky person, just go with 1 small one. If you really love garlic, you can go with 2 double-barrel big ones, and that would be just vampire fighting. And a tablespoon of tamari, of soy sauce. And you blur it up, and you're like, this isn't right. She said there's only 3 ingredients. There are, because some recipes don't consider water to be an ingredient. So after you blur those 3 things up and you add water, boom, it turns this beautiful white, and you have the sauce. And you can just, you can govern the texture of it by adding more or less water. Like that's how your consistency is achieved. So to this, I meant to, when I grabbed my kale, I grabbed some scallions. This is kale bruschetta. I don't even know what real bruschetta is. I don't think I've ever had it. Anne, may I recruit you to help me here?
Yep.
So I have cooked some kale. I'll talk about that in a second. And I'm going to have Anne cut the tomatoes. I love these little, this is like a vine of grapes to me. They're so sweet and yummy. And I like to have them cut in a bikini cut, which is not a culinary term. It's not. But I like to cut it that way because it is, you cut it 98% of the way through, and it's like this, and it just can sit over a sandwich. It looks like a little bikini top. Yep. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't tumble off the dish. It stays on its target. So this is cooked kale. I just took a whole head of kale, stripped the spines out of it, threw it in boiling water for probably 5 minutes until it was just, edible, to feed it. And some people put like 1 strip like that. We're like, no, heap as much on as you can. Like this is the bulk of what you're eating. So we add a ton of kale. I'm going to pull that little stem out onto this kale bruschetta. So it's got some serious topography. And then we add like little decorations, like a holly bush with its berries. We add the bikini cut. I can't tell which ones you've cut. There you go.
It's got such a good cutting.
You're doing such a good cutting. It's hard. It's deceptively good here, Anne. That one's deceptively not even cut yet. And then once you have these all on, just like little holly berries on a bush, there you go.
Wait, somebody doesn't have 2.
There, 1 more. Okay, perfect. Oh my gosh, exact number. So everyone's got 2. And then here is the crowning blow. Can you see me okay here, Wade? Mm-hmm. We have, let me repeat what we have here. A whole grain bread from a bakery, not sandwich bread. I mean, you can if you have it or whatever. Just you want to make it look a little cha-cha. And toast if you want. Walnut sauce, walnuts, garlic, tamari, water. And then cooked kale, cherry tomatoes cut in the bikini cut, and then you have some sort of balsamic glaze. We have glazes from, we get them all over. Like this is from Heinen's. This is Modenacietti. Don't even know what that means, but they just make sure that they're made of balsamic glaze and they don't have additives that are like milk based or something. Because one time I got one and it had milk in it. And I said, why would you want milk? Anyway, and they all look the same.
The key thing is to read ingredients.
And then you just get chefy. I mean, look at this. I'm all over the whole tray even. Oh, what is this fancy holiday option they brought to our party? It looks just too cha-cha-cha. Okay, top shot. How are we doing this, Wade?
Oh yeah, let's go out.
And they also, the other thing is you could cut those in half and have just little tinier portions too.
Oh yeah. And you know, I could have used like the small part of the small part of the bread. It's great little manageable stuff. So I'm not going to take a bite because it's hard to talk after you've had a bite of a sandwich. And you're up next. I'm going to delay you. I'm going to have Wade and Lori have a bite. Okay, Wade and Lori, you're both going to get some. I know you guys are sort of getting full. Here you go.
Thank you.
All right. I probably should have toasted it for you guys because you're here. So next time we'll get it toasted. Okay, so we have done Lucky Nuts. We've done sweet and savory Brussels sprouts. We have done cauliflower steaks and cutlets and a rump roast and I'm forgetting my meat terms. And we have done kale bruschetta. The next thing we're going to move on to
is Smoky Little Devils.
We, I'm sure, have done this with you guys before, but it is such a winner. Take it away.
So you start with a small potato, either red or these happen to be the lovely yellow potatoes. And they should be about the size of a walnut. And sometimes it's hard to find them, and you don't want them too tiny, and you'll see why. Because I take the potato and let it, where does it lie perfectly? And then I will cut it in half so that it will also be perfect in the pot, on the plate. And then I am going to take some kind of a little scoop and scoop out the centers. And what I love is to get a nice little, you can get a little ball. And this is fun to put in your salad or just to eat. And so I start out with 12 of these potatoes that I cook for 17 minutes, just absolutely till they're soft. And then I am going
I never cook mine the right time. She's got it down to a science. She knows exactly how soft to make them.
Well,
if you do it too much, you lose the skin. That was my issue.
Yeah. Well, so I find actually that the red potatoes are a little tougher than this, and so you end up. Jane, you could.
These potatoes are cooked, Dan. That's great.
These are cooked. They've been cooked for They've been steamed for 17 minutes.
You know, with some water in a pot, she puts the potatoes in the steamer basket thing. That's the right term, isn't it? Steamer basket. And gets them out after 17 minutes. I, of course, put my potatoes in the water and boil them for too long, and the skins come off, which is a bummer because you really want to have this this skin on the outside because it makes it look. Because again, these are smoky little devils. We're kind of mimicking deviled potatoes. Actually, at one point, I had a whole tray of these on my website as a picture, and some guy very kindly wrote in and said, if you're trying to be plant-based, you probably shouldn't have deviled eggs as one of your dishes.
They look like deviled eggs
and
when
I
they're
was
done.
like, thank you so much for your comment, sir. Those are actually little red potatoes. If you look really closely, you can see the red skin on the edge. And he didn't write back. But I love that people are, looking out.
So I'm going to put in a cup of hummus.
Hummus again, our favorite answer to all of our butter, all of our mayonnaise, all of our spreading needs.
And actually, I'm going to do a little less. And then I'm going to put in about also a cup of green onions.
Wait, it's a cup of hummus? Mm-hmm. I don't think you got a whole cup there, did you?
I didn't quite do a cup. Maybe I
Yeah. This
should
is
do a little more.
now what
But I think I
what you're making here
I'm-
is here. I must want to show how pretty this is. Can you top shot that, Wade? Mm-hmm. So
Now-
this is how these look when they're about to get filled.
and then I am going to put in some turmeric. And turmeric is the reason why someone thought we were making
Deviled eggs.
deviled eggs. And I'm going to put in about half a teaspoon. This is a
That's a that wasn't even a measurement. That was a baller. You're a baller, mommy.
that was a
That's a strange compliment these days. We ask, what does a baller mean? If someone's a baller,
Like you're doing good.
you're doing well. You're doing well.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, you're a baller.
So
like
now,
like a basket
now-
basketball.
Like a pro.
Like you're a pro basketball player.
Yeah.
You know, and 5 foot, whatever you are. Mm-hmm.
then I'm going to put in some onions, some lemon.
Green onions are already in there.
Green onions are in. And this, I have already zested this lemon.
Show us how to zest. Show us how. Now the reason I say that is, but sometimes people zest in one spot and they go down really deep, and you get into the
Just
white.
leave the white. Just get that nice outside, which gives it the flavor without necessarily the lemonness of lemon. And
Because the white part gets a little bit bitter. All right, all of my lids say the wrong names.
and then I'm going to put in a teaspoon of Dijon after I have put in the lemon.
Do you need some Dijon?
And I put in a couple of lemons. And you really maybe want to do this to taste. I need some Dijon.
Here's some Dijon. Okay, I should start a timer. 'Cause
And 2 teaspoons.
I put the Brussels sprouts in. I should put a timer on. I should.
For sure. Where do the teaspoons go? Do I need to do another baller?
You're a baller. How much do you need?
I need 2 teaspoons of Dijon. Dijon gives it that nice Dijon taste.
Well, you know what? It's not just mustard. It also has mustard's made of all kinds of stuff. You know, ground mustard root and salts and spices. But Dijon has vinegar in it, so I think it's why she likes it. We jokingly call my mom the acid queen because she loves lemon zest, balsamic vinegar. Those have all been her ingredients so far. I don't think I've used any of that yet because she's the acid queen.
Geez, just wondering if I should put some balsamic vinegar in here. All right, and then comes the fun. I need a little spoon.
Here, this is a wee one.
Then we're going to fill these little babies,
Oh, let me get a spoon to help with
and
you.
you need to help. And
Here, I got this is a little pointed spoon. So you just fill them all in as you
Fill
would
them.
a deviled egg. I think have you ever made deviled eggs?
of course, way back in the deviled egg days, 1,000 years ago, but I never liked them.
Yeah, my my husband can't stand the smell of deviled eggs. Or boiled, or what's it called? Boiled eggs? Hard boiled eggs. And he's like, seriously, if someone wanted to get our like bank passwords, they would hold a deviled egg to my face, and I would happily just divulge to get them away. And I thought, wow, that's some strong feelings about. I mean, eggs do have. It's funny, they do have a kind of funny taste or smell. So, yeah, so these look like we're filling the deviled egg, which I'm assuming. Actually, maybe somebody here. Do you know what is deviled egg made of?
Mayo,
Mayo, which we have hummus.
mayo, mustard, probably relish.
Mayo, mustard, and relish.
It's like an egg salad inside an egg.
Like an egg salad inside the egg itself. Wow, that would
Now,
make sense.
once we have filled all of these, we're going to put some smoked paprika on top. But that is not quite all we're going to do. So where I had some smoked paprika that has a pore.
Maybe just use that one. I don't know if
I have it here.
okay, good. Good, good, good.
It's so. I take all the little things out of all my spices, except the smoked paprika,
Oh, the little filter. I know. I take them off all of my spices.
because there's one we missed.
I'm coming around the mountain. Okay, so
Whoops.
that's a
No, it doesn't matter.
That's a big dose.
Jane.
I know. That's
it
a
makes
smoky
it
devil.
even better.
Smoky devil.
We want to get as much as you
You can also do a little pinchy, pinchy, pinchy.
Now, wait. I'm not done.
Okay.
Because on top, it is really fun to put either a little sprig of parsley, or if you don't have a little sprig of parsley, you could put a little green onion. So here we have this gorgeous dish.
Mm-hmm.
And
Here.
we'll
Can you keep decorating over there? I'm going to start bringing my stuff over here.
Yeah.
For our next thing. So, Lucky Nuts, wheat and savory Brussels sprouts, cauliflower steaks, kale bruschetta, smoky little devils, and now holiday better board. This is our new, just like, you know when something takes over and it takes over for a long time? I guess this is beyond a trend. This is a friend. This is a friend. And I love using this cutting board because it sort of gives people a long, you'll see, little different spaces to invade. And we love this company, Plants Only. By the way, they are offering, if you want a discount, all to you, use Jane 2026, like next year, and you can get 20% off. They've got cutting boards, all kinds of stuff. But my point is, get a cutting board that's handsome because you're going to make it even more handsome. And what you start with is, don't be shocked. What's our new mayonnaise? What's our new butter? What's our new answer to everything?
We've used a lot of it so far.
Wait, do you have half a hummus sitting out somewhere? I thought you did. Anyway,
Here it is.
We use this hummus because it's, as my mom has probably already mentioned, we use Kava hummus because it's made with all the things we like, but it doesn't have any added oil. They add tahini, which is fine, so I'm going to add a little bit more to this one because I'm going to add some stuff to this. And I feel like this is the smoked paprika show. This is a smoke show. That means it's handsome. So we're going to add a little bit of smoked paprika to this, and I'm going to add some liquid.
Oh! These are gorgeous.
I didn't know what. I thought we forgot something.
No.
They are gorgeous. Top shot.
I mean,
Look at
imagine
that.
taking these somewhere. Everybody would go crazy.
So I'm going to make this. This is going to be. This is a recipe that we have in one of our books, and this is called Hickory Smokehouse Hummus. So I just added smoked paprika, which gives it a little bit of a smokiness, and then this is liquid smoke again, and liquid smoke. This is about, I don't know, quarter teaspoon. Don't use too much because too much is enough, more than enough. So swirl all this in, and it's amazing how the base layer of what we're about to build has this umami flavor. Umami meaning like, very satisfying sense of taste and flavor. So what we're gonna do. This seems like we're breaking all the rules, but we are going to give this to you for your bowl. Is we're going to put this directly on the board. Yep, going to spread it right on the board. Better board. Oh, there's a drop of smoke there. Someone's going to get a smoky bite. Look at this. Yummy, yummy. So this is just hummus, once again, with some smoked paprika in it and some liquid smoke. And liquid smoke is just made by running water over smoke. So then what you add to your better board is really up to you. You know what I hear over there? I don't think you can hear it. I hear a crackling. Do you hear that? It's the Lucky Nuts crackling and making themselves solid. Love that. Okay, back to the better board. Hummus with some Hickory Smokehouse flavors. And this is a caramelized onion. And we don't caramelize onion with oil. We just sit there watching the onion as it cooks and cooks and cooks. So look at this great, gushy, yummy, caramelized onion. Yummy, yummy. All right, so that's probably enough of that. The next thing we're going to put on here is some greens. You can put whatever greens you'd like. You can put chopped up bok choy, chopped up Napa cabbage. I'm putting a chopped up head of romaine because it was so easy. Just go, you chop it up. So some romaine on here.
You could also do bok choy.
Yeah. Did I not say that? I was trying to mention. Anyway, Napa cabbage, whatever you'd like. So there's that. Okay, next, you just add really whatever you have in your fridge. I have purple cabbage. We love color. If you haven't noticed that about us, we love, the more colors you're eating, the more phytochemicals you're eating. The more phytochemicals you're eating, the better your body's going to react and respond. I mean, phytochemicals are what, it's chemotherapy is what it is. It's your chemical therapy. Okay, and then next I'm going to add some sweet potatoes. These are cooked and then just cubed, and they have the skin on. Some sections have the skin off. It's just yummy sweet potato. And then I have purple sweet potato. Shut the front door. Can you believe it? Yes. It is extraordinarily beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that.
And they are the best for you.
These are
of that high color.
Yeah, that
deep color.
Any sort of phytochemical, plant-based chemical color is very healthy. Okay. And then I've got some scallions, green peppers, or not, these are not green peppers. These are green onions. Didn't chop that one up very well at all. Sorry. So this, onions are give a great sort of aromatic flavor to everything. And
gosh, this little end just...
I know. I'm not doing a good job on that end. I'm sorry. Do you have a lid for the sweet potatoes so I can keep stacking over here? A round lid? Mm-hmm. And then I have, this is some chopped dried apricots. You can get them so they're like they're brown, unsulfured color, whatever it is. The ones I got, they were in a bag. I couldn't see. I thought I was getting the unsulfured ones, and I got the bright whatever ones. They look pretty, but, maybe not awesome. And then I'm going to add some nuts. This really is just like a strategy. This is not a recipe necessarily. I'm crushing the walnuts even up as in my hands as I add. So here we go. And I have my secret weapon right here. You can add, if you want to add blueberries, you can. Those are especially a really good flavorful blueberry. I'm going to add pomegranate. They're not called seeds. Pomegranate arils. Arils is the noun. It's my new what's it called? Bit of trivia these days. But look how holiday-ish that makes it. With all the green on there, those little pops of red. We had a big party recently. It was like a big film festival. And I took this cutting board underneath here. Do you see this one right here? And I made a better board on that. And it was so great because I was making like a mountain, like a mesa. And it was so high. I had so many ingredients on there. And we almost ate the whole thing, but you'll see how we eat it in a second. It's just, you see, the more things you have, the better. And then here, these are broccoli and kale microgreens. Whatever microgreens you like. Some people like radish because they're kind of ha. Arugula is just a spicy microgreen, but these are popping with all kinds of amazing phytochemicals that literally turn off cancer. I cannot believe how loud this is. Do you hear this, Wade? Here. Look here.
Little.
Do you hear it? It's crackling. It's making itself known that it's done. Because when we take it out of the oven, it's not always
Jane
crispy.
has one more step.
Yes, we do. We have one more step, and that is back to
the glaze.
The glaze. And again, you just get all chefy, and just do what you'd like on there. This really is key.
Now, I always go for the pieces that have the most glaze.
So you go one way and then you go back the other way. You can do it any way you'd like. Just however you do it with confidence. Be chefy. Some people bring like Costco chicken nuggets to the party. Hi, I'm so happy I'm here. And then you bring this and they're like, what is this? Because next to this, you have an amazing stack of healthy crackers. We've got Mary's Gone crackers. We've got these brown rice snaps. Which one do you guys want? Which one do you want to try today? Any preference?
Let's do Mary's.
Let's go with Mary's. All right. Mary's Gone crackers. And could you open those?
Got it.
And then what I think what it's key is to have some sort of handsome spatula-ish thing next to it, because you can take a oh, Anne's gotta have a bowl. You can just take a cracker and dig in, but then you get some hands and thumbs in there. And you know, with the holiday season having some stuff going around, like I'm sure you've all heard about, I hate to mention this, but like that winter vomiting thing going on.
What?
I know. So you just kind of scoop it all up and you go low. You go into the, and then you just spread it on there. Okay, I can't talk for like about a minute when I'm gonna eat this, but I'm making it for Lori and for Wade. Here you go. Hold on out.
Well, you're
Oh,
wait.
that is a
Oh my God, Jane.
that's a chunk. Okay.
Ready?
Oh,
Ready, Lori? Oh, you can put avocado chunks on there. Here we go.
Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing. Isn't that just so many flavors? They're both going, Okay, this is really good. I'm not going to have another one because I need to talk. Okay, we're going to start putting some of these up here. Wait, is that all right? Is that going to crowd the scene? Because the last thing we're going to do,
good grief, we have something more.
yeah, we were going to do, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're doing 6, right? Woo! So, okay, last thing we're going to do is a desserty thing you can bring. And I love this so much. It really, I feel like, I don't know if we make our own signature things, but I think that my family would say, oh, my mom's signature thing she makes whenever we're coming home, whenever we're hosting anybody, whenever we need anything, she makes her scones. And they're not scones, they're more like stones. And actually the original name we had in our first cookbook that this was part of was stone scones, because my kids were so little and they were swimming, you know, hours a day and lifting all this stuff. And I thought, you know, they've got to eat more calories. They're trying to grow and they're trying to be athletes. So these are like calorie bombs. End of sentence. So they're made with almond flour, which is, you know, very calorically dense. And this is the key to the recipe. You can't do it with another flour. So it's half almond flour. I've got a cup and a half of that. Cup and a half of oat flour. You can use another flour, I suppose. I really like how oat flour works with it, though, in this recipe. And oats, by the way, are such a great,
So good for you.
so good for you to get in any way you can. Oat flour, probably not the best, but, you know, just because it's been processed. Okay, that's the foundation for these scones. And then, these really are so easy. It was one of these like 4-ingredient desserts. So we have a cup and a half of oat flour, a cup and a half of almond flour, half a cup of maple syrup. Just going to use the same kind of dirty cup. There's half a cup. And to this, we're going to add just a pinch of vanilla. Did you take the lid off this? Oh, you did. I'm trying to be sophisticated here in the holidays. So this is actually officially called Amaretto Cherry Chocolate Hazelnut Scones. So I'm going to put in amaretto instead of vanilla. So we're going to go with about a lid. Oh, an overflowing lid of amaretto. And amaretto, if you don't like it, use vanilla instead. Oh my gosh. That spilled everywhere. Amaretto cherry chocolate hazelnut scones. And then I just put about a tablespoon of water. That's been waiting in the wings for that. And that's what we have here. So it's really almond flour, oat flour, maple syrup, and then vanilla or amaretto. And you add a little bit of water. And then how you decorate this, like it's kind of like making a cookie and then you have your add-ins. Our add-ins are going to be, these are our dried cherries and our hazelnuts. I put them in the same container just because we were running out of containers. And some chocolate chips. The chocolate chips we use, here you go, Wade, are called Enjoy Life. These are dairy-free, nut-free, sort of, my husband says flavor-free. They're not flavor-free, they're good. And they come in like regular morsels. They come in mini morsels. They come in chunks. It's really nice how they've been cooperative about that. So I'm going to put in maybe a third of a cupish, quarter cupish of chocolate chips. So amaretto in here, cherry, chocolate, hazelnut, scones. Here we go. Woo. All right. And can you stir that? I'm going to try to find a tray upon which we can put these because I think I've run out of all my trays. Oh no, here's one upside down. Mm-hmm.
These are really Jane's signature dish.
I mean, we all have our, and I love these, and people really respond positively to them almost everywhere we make them. Here, a lot of maple syrup was stuck in the... If I could measure all the maple syrup stuck in the bottom of tablespoons, teaspoons, measuring cups, I would have probably wasted gallons in my life. So I'm working hard to not be wasteful. Because how many of you out there have ever made maple syrup?
Have made it. Oh, we used to.
Yes. Anybody out there? Wade, anybody responding? Have they ever made maple syrup?
No one has commented.
No one's commented? Well, it is a labor of love. The ratio of sap to syrup. Oh,
Elizabeth said yes.
Elizabeth, you said yes. Then you know. The ratio of sap to syrup is you need, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. You need an immense amount of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup. The ratio is 40 gallons of sap to 1 gallon of syrup. So, respect that stuff. Every ounce of it comes from cups. So the way you can make these scones is any shape you'd like. I mean, I sometimes just thwack them on like this and just get them done. Sometimes I bother to make them sort of shaped like tall cookies because they don't rise. There's no rising agent. This thing is not going to budge. I just do them like this. Sometimes...
What about making them like a cookie?
Sometimes, well, then if you make them like a cookie, you have to change the amount you timing because it'll be thinner. And these are, I was making these as caloric bombs for the kids. And they're also very tasty and flavorful and yummy and addicting. But scones are often made like this, as in a big sort of round. They're baked in a round. There's probably a nice word for that. I just saw the Shakespeare movie, so I'm thinking of the theater in the round. Hamnet, highly recommend it. Bring tissues. Bring friends with whom you can cry. And, okay, so here's all of our batter. And if you make it into a round, sort of, what's a good culinary word for a round? A disc. What you can do here is then you cut it into wedges, and then it comes out a little more. I'm getting the parsley off this before I use it.
I think parsley would be good.
Parsley in my scones, and then just cut it like this ahead of time so it has a little bit of a guiding serrated spot, if you will, before you bake it. So, ta-da-ta-da, today's show, here we go. The scones bake at 400 for 12 minutes. That's it. If you do more, they'll burn. And we have here they are.
Oh my goodness.
So we made some this morning, and you see here we have, these are the ones we made in the round, and these are cut more, I did the exact, what I just did over there. So these come out in little wedges, and they're delicious. Yum. Oh, little exclamation point. Okay, so you guys, I don't know how long we've been going. What time is it?
Oh, it's 1:30.
1:30. It's time to go. Sorry, we're over, Elizabeth. Thank you. Any questions we'll take. Otherwise,
We're going to start eating.
we're going to start eating.